I'm in two minds about posting this vlog and given the conceit that if you're seeing this, I've chosen to post it, and I've chosen to post a bit about me talking about choosing to post it or not. And it's no drama, it's just that I kind of made this video that I wanted to make about skate footwear, and I kind of felt really uncomfortable doing it. And then when I edited it, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. But I'm no expert either in skating or in footwear. I know a bit about footwear, just ask. I hope you enjoy the video, and let me know any comments or any chat you got about like the topic or whether I should do stuff like this. But yeah, screw it, it's out there now. Bye. The question no one has ever asked me is, what kind of shoes should you wear for skateboarding? There's a lot of choice in that category, and I'm jumping between a couple of different pairs myself. So I'm going to talk about two shoes that I've been skating a lot recently, the Nike Dunk SB and the Vans Half Cab. Two kind of like quite different aesthetics and have been a different experience with each one. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about those a little bit. What is actually important in skate shoes before you get to the nuances. So obviously the whole thing revolves around durability, so the materials that get used, and traditionally you're looking for like suede or leather as being the most durable and resistant against grip tape. Also, it's about being flat bottom soles. You're really relying on your shoe for the contact on a board, so it makes sense that you've got as much contact as possible. And then also you're expecting to have, unless you're a Vans slip-ons rider, you're expecting to have a little bit of padding, structure, support just around the kind of the ankle area as well. Nike's been doing footwear for skating since like, I want to say 2002. The Dunk is a good example of a shoe that's evolved from basketballers as well, because the Dunk was originally a sort of, I think, 70s basketball shoe. It's usually around about 100 quid. I think you get a little bit of technology in there, but I think you do pay quite a bit for the look and the culture around the Dunk. But I've seen that like New Balance have really similar style. I can't remember the number. Maybe I'll put it down here. But also like even the DC Manteca looks a bit like this and has a similar kind of like shape to it. So a few people talk about the Nike Dunk and its toe box being quite sort of broad and wide. I think it's like a personal taste thing. I kind of like feel like I have quite wide feet, so it's been a nice fit for me. They have like a good amount of support in the ankles. Something I really liked is they feel really locked in, so your foot doesn't feel like you're gonna slip out on them very much. And flat sole, very clean, simple grip on the bottom. Never really had any trouble with them. I found that these broke in really, really quickly. And so after just like a couple of weeks, I didn't want to skate anything else after I skated in these. End up being a nice balance between feeling durable and also feeling quite flexible. And the other thing is like, I don't know about you, but I want to skate like straight after work, or I skate on my lunch break quite a lot. So the shoe that I'm choosing, I want it to like be suitable outside of just skating as well. So I want to be able to wear it. Look, what I'm trying to say is I want it to kind of look cool, not just be completely practical and like, yeah, love it or hate it. The Dunk works for that quite well. In terms of like cushioning and support, so Dunks have all their cushioning on the insole. They have what they call a zoom unit on the heel, which is a really, really good like bouncy amount of cushion, and then just like a foam on the front, which gives you a little bit, but without giving you compromise too much on board feel. For me, the Dunk's got a nice balance of that. Yeah. Then quite a contrast, the other shoe that I am starting to skate a bit now is the Vans Half Cab. Old school Vans styling, very of its time, and up until a few years ago was still using the technology that it started with. That was to say it was quite heavy, it didn't have a lot of cushioning, but recently they updated it and have added a lot of cushioning to it and made it a lot lighter. I think Vans call their cushioning system Pop Cush, which a few people will be familiar with, but it's another insole cushioning system. I got these a little while ago and I tried skating in them and didn't get on with them. Found them to be quite heavy and inflexible. There's a lot of material. The vulcanized outsole I found to be quite rigid. Quite obviously, the half cab is a mid-rise cushioning in the kind of ankle area, sits a bit closer onto your ankle. You might feel a little bit more secure, but there's no more additional ankle support from a higher top than there is from a low top, to be honest. I mean, it's been discussed in basketball a lot. It gives you a sense of protection, but if you roll your ankle, you're rolling your ankle, and if you're worried about that, get a fairly rigid ankle protector. That will help with rolled ankles, whereas this won't really do that much. What the mid-rise does do though, and the reason I got these, is it sits just about skateboard height. So if you are prone to like stepping off the back of a rock fakie and having the board hit your ankle, this might give you a little bit more protection, or might make you feel better about that anyway, but hopefully you're not doing that too often. They are mostly leather, so leather toe box, and then all around the heel counter as well. And then the vulcanized rubber on the outsole is reinforced around the toe box, so you get a bit more kind of like drag and you get a bit more resistance around here. These have started to break in really nicely. I think the message with these is to give them a little bit of time to break in, and they start to mold to your foot a little bit more, and you start to feel a little bit more at home in them. I found at first that the board feel was a bit muddy. There's loads of cushioning in these now. So as I said, the cushioning is all in the insole, and you can see just how thick that heel cushioning is. So much cushion in that I felt like I didn't have much board feel, but I think as that insole's broken in, it's given up a little bit more and it's given me a bit more board feel, and they feel like a really good sturdy skate shoe. Again, I mean, it's like they look good as well, as far as I'm concerned. I know a few people skate in these. My brother skates in these. I think Skate Comeback, he skates in these as well, and really gets on with them. And that was a little bit inspiration for me to keep persevering, because I've heard such good things about them. So I've skated both quite a bit now. I mean, actually my dunks are on the way out. I've got a hole in the outsole. I tend to shuffle on the board quite a lot, and so that ball of my foot on most sneakers goes really quickly. There are big differences between them. There is a big negative I have on dunks, actually, and that is I don't think I've had two pairs that fit exactly the same. These ones came up wider than the Adobe version. They're both a bit wide on the toe box, but this one felt a lot wider. I was funny about skating it for a bit. And then I've got another pair that I don't skate in that are super tight across the front of the foot. And one of the things you'll find is you'll very rarely be able to go into a store and try these on. You'll be buying them online, so you need to kind of like hit and hope with what your size is on it. On the other hand, Vans have dozens of stores and loads of colorways that you can just go and choose and try on and get your right size. One of the things I think we've lost a little bit these days is, you know, just going into a store and being able to try on shoes. We're so used to buying online. It does make a big difference if you go in and try on, and like you can even, you know, you can stand on a board while you're there and get an idea of what it feels like on a board and all of that. So being able to try on is quite a big deal. I'm not trying to pick a winner between the two. I mean, I actually quite like skating both a lot. I feel like I'll come back to the dunks again. If it wasn't for them being kind of expensive, I don't think there are any great revelations about skate shoes. As long as you find ones that are in the price range that you want, and have a nice balance of like durability and comfort and board feel. I wince every time I see someone skating in running trainers. That's the only thing you've got to avoid, really. You get too much cushioning usually, so you feel like you're wobbling on the board. It's like screaming rolled ankles to me. The materials as well, they're just gonna get ripped through straight away. All of that like breathable nylon and whatnot. Just like one ollie's gonna rip through that. So yeah, don't do it. Come here then. You can come and sit here. Sit. Well, that was a bit of a departure from what I normally do, so I'm outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, hope that was useful in some way. We'll see. I want to try and do different stuff, so that was a first attempt, so don't judge me on it. Maybe comment if you've got any thoughts. Like, comment and subscribe and all that other admin. Cheers. Right. Are you quite done licking your... Yeah, all right then, fine.